Hello, Matthew Williams here with a small crop circle related video you might find interesting. I'll keep the details brief. I don't want to name the people involved because it just causes masses of fucking problems these days when you do that. And what I'll say is that, well, let's just tell you the story because it's just fun. I'll go from the beginning. I was around a friend's house and he said that he'd heard a rumour. And he said, "Can I ask you if it's true?" I'm like, "Oh, you be fucking go. What's this then?" And it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was quite amusing. He said, "Well, I kind of heard this rumour that you had been in, and let's put blah blah person's house when they weren't there. That you'd got into their house and were sitting in their kitchen when they arrived back." And I said, "Really?" "Yeah." And I said, "What, like sitting in a person's kitchen?" Now, this person just happens to be somebody relating to the crop circle world. Okay? Now, they're not a researcher. They're not a researcher. They're just somebody who is quite well known in the crop circle world. Our little world. Maybe not the massive world out there, but our little world. Yes? But I was told that I had been in this person's house when they weren't present, and I was sitting there waiting for them when they came back. And they opened the door, and there I was, sitting in their kitchen. And I said, "Well, no, it's complete bollocks. I mean, it's like fucking complete and utter bollocks." And he said, "Well, yeah, I thought it was." And he said, "I thought it was probably Chinese whispers." And I said, "Well, I wouldn't say Chinese whispers. What I would say is that the crop circle people are fucking desperate to demonize circle makers. So they're not beyond making stuff up because it suits their purpose, you know. Now, the levels that they'll go to in order to make things up, I find quite fucking amazing. And this is quite an amazing one. I mean, the police incident with bloody, Agent S, all that was pretty fucking hairy. But this is quite an interesting one because when you think about it, being in somebody's house, that's pretty fucking serious shit. That's far end of the fucking spectrum shit. That you'd go in somebody's house when they're not there. And I said, "Well, how did I get in? Did I supposedly broken in?" And he said, "No, I think they leave their kitchen door, their door open. So, it is possible that you could have just gone in." And I said, "Yeah, but just think," so this is me explaining to my friend now, I said, "Just think to yourself, the unrealistic flavour of this story, yeah? Does it sound reasonable, right? Number one, if I had done that, it would have been considered a serious enough thing, I would have thought, to have called the police. And I'm sure they would have taken that seriously because I would have said it constituted some form of harassment. If you enter somebody's house when they're not there and you don't get on very well with that person, it has very ominous overtones, doesn't it? It would seem like it seems like something out of a fucking X-Files movie, or an X-Files episode. It's like you come home and open the door and the lights are off and there's like somebody sitting there, smoke rising, and it's like, they turn the light on and then they realise you're there and it's like, "Welcome home, sit down. I need to explain to you about the crop circles. Ha 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 ha." It's like, do you really think I'm going to do that? Do you really fucking think I'm going to do something like that? Now, if it isn't stupid enough in that sense, I mean, you're basically waving a fucking flag above your head that you're a fucking real idiot and a problem, aren't you? So, there's no subtlety or, there's no it's just not the sort of thing you're going to do if you want to stay out of jail, yeah, because you're going to spend a night in the cells or a day in the cells explaining why you did that, I would have thought, yeah. So you know, why would somebody knowingly do something like that? I mean, the people who make this stuff up, it's like as if they don't credit me with any fucking intelligence or something. You know, to turn around and say I'd do something like that, it's like, you know, it just beggars belief. Anyway, on top of that, I mean, do you honestly think that this wouldn't have gone massively public? I mean, this is a rumor that is being circulated around, you know, in the back rooms of bloody pubs and along the canal, you know, the boater community, and I don't think the reason I haven't got to hear about it, and I think this is something that we're talking about, probably surfaced maybe 6 months ago, and I'm only hearing about it now. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking crazy, but it does follow with the sort of modus operandi of the person involved that has many times over the years said that they are frightened of me. Yeah, this same person that came out with this fucking invented story, right? I mean, you know, I've faced people off about stories in the past. You know, I've had people trying to demonize me by saying that I'd actually beaten fucking people up. And those people, I mean, I have talked about it in previous videos, but I'm going to let it go now, yeah? So no names. But, you know, these people, to get their point across that they didn't like me because I was a circle maker, made up a complete fucking story, you know, that I had beaten somebody up. I'd beaten up their partner, yeah? In the barge inn, if I remember correctly, because I can't remember the full details, because, I mean, this is what I was told. I was told, Matt, fucking hell, Matt, what's this about you then, Matt? You fucking beaten somebody up. And I'm like, no, I haven't beaten anybody up. And I mean, you know, would I be stupid enough? Again, would I be stupid enough to beat somebody up in a fucking pub? Yeah? It's got cameras in the room that we would have been talking about. It's not going to happen, yeah? And if it had happened, right, beaten somebody up, witnesses, public house, come on, for fuck's sake, people, yeah? If I'd done that, I would be arrested, I would have an assault charge, I wouldn't be able to wriggle out of something like that, would I? Yeah? No fucking way. A public place doing something like that. But it didn't stop them, you see. It didn't stop them making this fucking story up. And to make things, to put the cherry on the fucking cake and make things final, yeah, when said same people were no longer, you know, pissed off with me about whatever they were pissed off with me about for that fucking moment in time, which allowed them to sort of say, hey, let's just make up a fucking story about Matt because he's a fucking wanker, so we can just fucking say anything we fucking like about him. Yeah, right? The moment that they stopped hating me, these people, right, and I actually confronted them and said, you know, what's all this about me beating you up? You know, when did that happen? And they sort of went, you see, because it's the whole point, the whole fucking point between them saying that and this other person saying, well, I was sitting in their fucking house when they fucking came home. And it's like, really? Really? Yeah? It's like, my brain's not fucking functioning properly to come out with the words to describe how stupid I think this is, because it boggles my fucking mind. Boggles my fucking mind that these people are that fucking thick. Yeah? That fucking thick. That just make up stories like this. But they don't realise how stupid these fucking stories sound. You know, they don't got no fucking concept. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I remembered now. Obviously, these stories are not generated to get back to me, because if they get back to me, they'll dissolve. Yeah, these stories seem to be invented to go round the back. You see, round the back, round my back, yeah, to go behind me, you know, where they can live because they're not challenged, you see. So these stories are invented for people who don't know me. These stories are invented for people who've never met me. These stories are like fucking fairy tales and fables which are created simply because people will never get to the truth of them. Yeah. So that mysterious image of me, this fucking myth, this legend that they fucking create about this fucking Matthew Williams monster. Yeah. That fucking, you know, that just lives on in places that I don't get to fucking hear about it. So okay, you know, I got some sort of fucking reputation with people I do not know and probably will never meet. Big fucking wow. Yeah? Big fucking wow. But the point is, it's very fucking childish that these people have no fucking debating skills. They can't think out their way out of a fucking paper bag. Yeah? They can't debate you. They can't argue their point. I think basically deep down, they know they're fucking wrong. Yeah, they know they're wrong, and this is their last fuck you to the world. Yeah, it's like their vomit. You know, it's like, I know that I can't win against you, so I'll be sick on you instead. Have some of that, and I'll piss on you now as well, and take a dump. I'm trying to think of anything worse. Maybe I'll get a dead person and squeeze them and make their poo fall on you as well. There we are. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Yeah, it's about as bad as I can get, you know, without, you know, sort of sitting down and thinking about it. Squeeze a dead person and get their poo on you as well. Yeah. You know, that's the level I think these people are operating on, because they won't engage in a fucking proper dialogue. You know, in fact, the person who fucking came out with this most recent piece of bullshit is the person that scurries around behind me in the pub, yeah? And it's like, and fucking can't wait to get away from me, yeah? I stopped even fucking saying hello to this person a long time ago, because I realised they're full of fucking shit. They're fucking saying hello to me in the pub, like pretending to be, you know, cordial, and spreading shit like this about me at the same time. Yeah, right. In it. Two-faced fucking scum. That's all I can say. Two-faced fucking scum. You know, not a real fucking heartbeat, bump, fucking going through their chest. Just artificial heartbeats. No real heartbeat, no pulse. No fucking pulse. Yeah? Brain scan? Retards. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.